Absolutely gobsmacking, isn't it?
It's a fantastic day. Look at that clear water.
And they tell me this clear water is because there's very few, or there's no major rivers that run into the bay, and the ones that do run in have got beautiful habitat. So
that's it.
Clear water. But look, we're chasing squid. So for the benefit of anyone who might want to try and catch a squid, what are we looking for here, Daryl?
Mate, have a look at all this broken ground here. Some of the seagrass.
Yep.
Absolute prime habitat for these squid that we're after.
Okay. Look, just looks squiddy right from the
get-go, doesn't it? Mate.
All right, we'll get up and we'll have a drift down through there, eh?
Yep, sounds good, mate.
Now this is where kayaks really rule. Beach launching right where the action is. We literally pedalled 100 metres and the squid were there waiting for us.
Nice to have a bit of wind or current so you're covering some ground and you're going to locate that patch of squid sooner. Now, two main ways of fishing for squid on the drift. The older way, still works well to this day, is to drop your lure or your baited jig back behind the boat. Generally, you have a heavier sinker because that technique is suited to deeper water, and you drop down, watch for squid, or feel for them, more importantly. It does work well over shallow water sometimes when the squid are aggressive, but in shallow water, usually you're better off with a little spinning stick and you cast ahead of your drift to where the squid haven't seen the boat because you are fishing shallow water. Let it sink about halfway down and then work it back that way. That way you're covering, or your lure is going into new water each cast. Now, you'll see the Japanese edgy masters doing this a lot, jigging it. It's nothing new. That pulse gets the lure moving fast, sends a pulse through the water, and there you go. Just like that. And that attracts a squid over. What it's saying is, bang, I'm injured, or there's a party going on over there, there's feeding happening. And it gets the squid interested in your lure, and then you can slow it down. You don't have to bang it really hard all the time. It's good to vary it around on any given day. But definitely every now and then, give it a pulse to attract the squid, and you generally come up trumps. He's only a little guy, a little cephalopod. Here he goes. Oh, he's inked Steve's new boat. I'll just grab him behind the neck there. Come on, fella. Got him there. Cephalopod basically means head, foot. The feet are attached directly to the head. There's no body in between.
Daryl had an ink-avoiding tip he was happy to share.
See how we get him up to the surface like that? A lot of the time when they get up to the surface, they don't like that, so they'll squirt all their ink out before you bring them into the side of the boat. When you get them into the side, it's always good to still keep them sideways. And there you go, squirts again. Always keep it sideways, you're not going to get that ink on yourself. Straight in the well.
One thing about this squid fishing is you've got to set your drag nice and loose because you don't want to pull too hard. This is a reasonable squid, this one. If you pull too hard, you'll nick off a little bit of their tentacle. And usually when I take people squid fishing for the first time, they go, oh, I'm not sure if that was a weed or a squid. And when we bring their jig up, you'll see a tiny bit of tentacle on their jig, and I say, well, that was a squid. So that's how you know. And the other thing, all squid jigs have no barbs on them, so you have to maintain a constant pressure. If you drop that rod tip down, he'll be straight off. Here we go here now. I used to fish professionally for these guys down in Port Phillip Bay many, many moons ago, and squid fishing has just taken off in this country since the days when it was, and I can get away with this, wog food. I think the squids had a vote. And with a name like Paxevanos, I can call them wog food, but these days, everybody loves squid. So many people love eating them, and so many people love catching them because they're accessible. He's pointing straight at me there, and I don't want a face full of ink. I've just got to try and get him around. And if you can stay moving forward, always handy. That way, you can grab them on the neck. These guys don't really bite. The arrow squid will give you a nip, so make sure you ID it as a southern calamari. The wings run the full length of the body on a southern calamari. He's a fantastic, look, they're awesome bait, they always have been. Thankfully, more people realise their table qualities are sensational, and these days, they're a very popular recreational sports fish to boot.
Okay, here we go, we've got another one. A couple of interesting facts. These are cephalopods. Oh, look at that ink go. Basically, when they eat, they have to chew it up really small with their beak because their esophagus goes through their brain. So they need to chew it up really small. And these guys are a mollusk, just without the shell.